It's also why is one of the reasons Japan is so clean.
Yeah, true.
Right, because like in Western countries where you don't have that system in school, I think this kind of tricks us into thinking, oh, someone else will do it.
Yeah.
Someone else will do it.
部活にみんなが入る。
Oh
yeah!
みんなの学校は部活入らないわけ。
Well, that's a complicated
Yeah,
story.
it's not that simple.
先生に届け出を出して僕は髪を染めてませんでも茶色いんです生まれつきっていう紙を今日は海外ではありえない日本の学校が特別な理由について話してみるよ。
Let's find out!
こんにちは、全人類と友達になるとこもビルガーミスターウィキです。そして
Oh, this.
And this.
今日のテーマは海外ではありえない日本の学校が特別な理由について。
There is no jail.
Jail?
School jail.
I'll get back into that later, but there's no jail in Japanese school.
待ってジェールって、牢屋のことでしょ。
Yes.
Prison school.
Yeah. For 30 minutes, they send you to jail in American schools. But you don't do that in Japan.
ちょっとね怖い話は後で聞くとしてこうみんなと話してると日本の学校って全然私たちの国から違うよねっていうところが結構あると、
Yes.
Yes.
なので今日は、みんなの国にはない海外にはない日本の学校の、特別素晴らしいところっていうのをね、話していきたいと思います、で、みんなの国では実際どうだったのかっていう話も聞きたいし逆に日本にはないみんなの国にあるルールっていうのも最後に聞いていけたらなと思ってます、それでは行ってみましょう。最初行く人
Hi.
お願いします。
Okay. So students in Japan clean their own school. In Japanese schools, everyone cleans their own school, right? They don't have a dedicated person to clean their school, right?
Yeah, until it's
Yeah.
sparkly.
Yeah.
Like, there's
They
no
get-
janitor or cleaning lady, right?
Right. So like everyone has like their own role in the school, right? So like one class will have like a section of kids who like have to do the sweeping in the hallway or something like that. Other people have to get on the floor and wipe. Right.
Is that done during school time?
そうそう、
Yeah.
でよくあるのがホームルームで朝の会とあと帰りの会とかがあって、帰りの会の後とか前とかに掃除するのが一般的かな。
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That instills a lot of good values on the kids because we usually leave it up to the janitor or the umidori that come to our school.
緑
Yeah, seagulls. Yeah, there's a big like crowd of seagulls that come because like
Just throw
everybody
the trash
just throws
in.
their trash and their lunch out, so it attracts all of like these scavengers to go pick up the food for us.
日本だったらカラスかな。
Oh, I guess so.
ご飯とかがどっかに捨ててあるってこと
Yeah. Point.
いやもう分からんこれ
Point in it, and then my half-eaten pizza, the umidori comes, ah, and they fight over it. And then they eventually eat it, and then all that's left is just like a paper tray. So then the janitor has to come out and pick it up. Yeah, that's usually the tezuzuki in America. Yeah.
っていうギャグよね。
はい。
よかった本当にそうなってるアメリカっ子
Yeah,
は
well, it's kind of true.
Yeah,
True.
it's like hanbun jodo, hanbun honto. Yeah.
みんなの国では誰が掃除するの？
マレーシアだったら、まあ同じですけど、掃除するんですけど。
あ、自分たちで掃除するんだ。
そうするんですけど、でもトイレまでは掃除しないですね。
あ、そうなの、もうこっちは全部掃除するよ自分たちで、
だからトイレは一番汚い。
トイレ誰が掃除するの？
なんでジャニター。
Janitor.
あ
Cleaner,
ー
Yeah.
ルーマニアもカナダもアメリカも自分たちでは全く掃除しない。
しない。
Yeah. They try to say, hey, you should throw away your trash. Do we do it? No.
日本って掃除するけど、Do you guys get like reward for getting a clean class or something?
Oh yeah, you get rewarded, right?
例えばまあこのクラスが一番綺麗っていうか、昔の学校だったらそういうインセンティブがある。
でも賞がもらえて褒められるってこのクラスは綺麗だ
や
日本は基本的に綺麗にしてるのが当たり前の感じだから
That's crazy. Oh my god. I feel like a bunch of like kids in the West are motivated like dogs are for treats. You know? It's like
Incentive.
incentives. Like it's like oh you want to clean the bathroom? Here's $5.
目的性があるね。
I feel like a lot of people in Western societies in general think like, why would I do that if I'm not getting anything back from it?
Correct.
Yeah, sure.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
What am I
Like,
getting out of
mentality.
this?
What am I getting? But I mean, on the opposite end, it is respected to still like see yourself not above that kind of job. Like you would see a bunch of like CEOs go to like maybe one of their stores and start cleaning dishes or something, and that's still like respected in a certain extent. But the majority of Americans do not take responsibility to clean after themselves, especially if they are teenagers.
Or mine.
But
Or
even,
minors.
今ねちょっと考えてみたけど、多分日本人の考え方としては自分が使って汚した場所なんだから自分が責任持ってきれいにする、なんか人に迷惑かけないとか物に対しての感謝みたいな感じでやってる気がするな。
That's so nice.
That's
Good for you guys.
アメリカにはない考えです
No.
僕さ、なんか不思議なのが日本は八百万の神って言って全てのものに神様が宿ってるから大切にしないとなみたいな考えがやっぱりあると思うのよ。みんな意識はしてないけど物大切にしないとって思うのはそういうところがあると思うよね。キリスト教の国でしょ。神様にいつも見られてると思うわけじゃん。じゃあちゃんと掃除しようとかってならない。
No.
No, well, I think the snag here is that, like, in the Christian theology, it's like they will always forgive us kind of thing.
Yeah,
for our
no,
sins.
one bad thing first.
If I repent, I will get forgiven.
Exactly.
Correct.
So even if I do something wrong, it's like the idea is
I'm
like,
sorry.
Yeah, if you properly say I'm sorry, then
Like,
that's
please,
okay.
Jesus, forgive me for my sins is a line used often in Christianity. And then at church, there's this time called confession where you go to the priest and then you tell them all your sins. But then within those sins, it's never, oh, I didn't clean my room.
考え方の違い、これ面白いね。
Yeah.
日本は神様ってもっと許してくれないもののイメージあるかもしれない。なんかそんな簡単にごめんなさいって言ったらいいよいいよって感じじゃなくてものすごい祭りとかをブワーっとやってなんとか怒りを鎮めてください
Wow.
みたいな感じだからなんかそもそもその怒らせないようにするかもね。
Yeah.
楽しいけど深いわ。これ掃除の話だ日本のね生徒が自分たちで掃除するわけじゃん、学生が。それどう思う？
いいと思う。
That's so good. I think that all schools need to instill some sort of values inside of their children of responsibility.
いいと思う。
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mendokusai thing to do, right? But it's a very good way to like instill discipline
And
in-
responsibility.
and responsibility.
Sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
It's also why is one of the reasons Japan is so clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
In the society.
Right, because I think like in Western countries where you don't have that system in school, I think this kind of tricks us into thinking, oh, someone else will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else
Right.
will do it.
A lot of like training in like workplaces and stuff like that, they have to keep like re-emphasizing if you do something or if you dirty something or if you use something, please put it back kind of thing, right? They had to keep repeating that over and over and over again because it's not obvious
It's
to
not
us,
instilled.
right? But in Japan, it's like atarimai, right?
Right.
Or customer service. If someone has a complaint or something, the person will handle it, right? They'll take care of it, right? Whereas like in Canada or elsewhere, it's like, not my department, sorry. And
Yeah,
then,
not my job, not
Yeah,
my
yeah,
job, not my job. I think it's really good. I mean, like sometimes when we would go eat like, noodles together, ask you, why is there like a rag on the table? Why is it there? And you're like, oh, well, for a place like this, like you're supposed to clean it up. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I was like using it to clean my arm. But I think that's really good. It's like it really feels like Japan is High School Musical, you know? Yeah. We're all in this together, and everyone's like cleaning.
オーナーの人が一人でやってる蕎麦屋さんみたいな感じで一人でやってるからでめちゃくちゃ安いのよ料金が、だから自分たちでこう下拭いてでお盆あげてねみたいな感じのシステム、
Yeah.
助け合って安くしてるシステムよね。はい、まあ1個目はね掃除をみんながする責任感広いっていうのがいいよねっていうお話でした、
はい。
はい、
部活にみんなが入る。
Oh yeah! Mob Psycho 100 told me about that. Like he wanted to join the bodybuilding like club, but he's like very scrawny, and they're like, yeah, that's okay. And then he was like running with them. He was like the last, but he can still join and be part of it.
漫画の話はいいのよどういうこと？みんなの学校は部活入らないわけ？
入れますよ。
Well, that's a complicated
Yeah, that's
story.
it's not that simple.
Clubs in Japan are welcoming to anyone.
もうウェルカムっていうか基本的にみんな入らないといけないみたいな決まりあるところ があるけどね。
もう仕込んだらすぐ入れるっていう感じ。
そうそう。アンウェルカムなの？
It's much unwelcome. I mean, I think it's just more like a competitive thing. Because I think for clubs, I think it's mostly for sports.
Mostly for sports.
It's
yes.
mostly for sports. In my high school, at least, if you wanted to join the hockey team or the baseball team or soccer team, you had to try out. Yeah,
Try out.
you had to
Yeah.
try out.
高校とか中学の話？
そう。まあ、小学校も。
小学校も？
小学校も
ちょっと待って待って
Yes,
トライアウトってプロの選手とかがその球団に入るために受けるテストとかのこと
そう。
それを小中高でやるわけ？
そう。
やば
Yes, yes.
I remember when I was in grade 7, which is what? 中1. Yeah, 中. And when I was in grade 7, I tried for the volleyball team and the basketball team. And I didn't get in either. But because like everyone has to perform and like the coach like evaluates you, checks to see if you're good enough to join the team.
Yeah.
And if you're not good enough, then it's like, sorry, you can't join.
Yeah. Have you seen like cheerleading movies? That's exactly what they do there. They're like two judges and it's like, oh, are you good at cheerleading? They do like 3 backflips and then they do like all the different things and they're like, well, we'll let you know. But then they're like in.
じゃあバレーボールチームにさ背がまあちょっと低めの人が入りたいっつっても、君は背が低いからダメだね。
Of course.
Yeah.
つら
I remember when I was a very fragile 7th grade boy, I was just shattered when I didn't get on the team. I was like, oh, I wanted to get in so bad, right? But I couldn't get in. But if it was Japan, you could just join the team, and every day you play with your friends, and it's great. You get to play sports every day for
If you
fun.
love this sport, then you can just play in Japan.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are, right?
なんでそんなオーディション制みたいな感じにしてるわけ？
Well, because like in schools, they sometimes play against other schools.
Yeah.
いやあるよでも日本も。
Yeah, but they need to show off like their best players to play against other schools.
So, you know, like Koshien baseball tournament, it's kind of like that, but all year round between every single school. So it's just competitive all the time, right? My sense is that a really strong school gets more funding from the government to supply equipment and stuff like that for the team.
日本も例えば甲子園で優勝するチームとかはそういう制度あると思うよね。まあ入れたとしても1軍2軍3軍ですみたいなその普通の高校とか普通の小学校でも全部のそのスポーツクラスそんな厳しいってこと？
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like to an extent, you do let anybody join, but then you bully the people at the bottom.
やば
Yeah. So you were kind of like looked down. Like you liked it, but then you weren't good enough to play with the big boys.
Right.
なんかまだ午前中やけど気持ちが沈んでくる考えてみたら多分日本の学校の考え方って上の人をバーッと育てるっていうよりは下の人も一緒に上がっていこうみたいな多分考えだと思う。
That's so nice.
基本ないです。
そうで海外はってまとめていいか分かんないけど海外はどっちかっていうとできる人をもっと伸ばそう
Yeah.
Dog that eat a dog
あ
world.
まりできない人はリソースあげない感じね。
辛いよ、
まあ
In my high school, at least, it depended on what club it is, right? So for athletics, it was really competitive. Like you had to try out. For science and math clubs and stuff like that, like, no one cared. Anyone could join.
Yeah.
But other things are like performance based. So it's like the brass band or like the school band, for example. Anyone could join that. There's a special section within the school band called the jazz band, and you had to try out for the jazz band in order to be in the special jazz band, right? So there's levels to it. Kind of.
Right.
はい次
Ba-ding!
お願いします。
日本の制服がかっこいいです。
So true.
あそう
Yeah.
マレーシアは制服あるの？
ありますよ。ありますけど、まあ多分マレーシアでずっと育ててたからいいと思うけど日本の方がかっこいいなと思って。
マレーシアの制服見てみようか。
全然。
Oh, isn't that kind of hot to walk around in Tonan Asia?
That's why we take shower 3 days a week.
Oh.
3 days a time.
3 days a week.
Oh, dang!
3 times a day.
Are you serious? No, actually.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god.
Like in the morning, then after we get back from school and before we sleep.
でもこれさ見る感じ日本の制服と一緒やけど
日本は学ランあるんじゃん。
あーそういうこと学ランがかっこいいと思うの
そうと思います。
へー
あとは日本結構冬用と夏用があるんじゃないですか。
Uh,
マレーシアは夏用しかないよ。
うち年中暑いからでしょ僕はどっちかっていうと学ラン着てた側だからブレザーかっこいいなって思ってた
確かに。
みんなの国はどう
so it depends on if you went to like a private school or like a religious affiliated school, then you would wear school uniforms, in my city at least. But if you went to like a regular public school, then no, you wouldn't wear a school uniform. You just wear whatever you want. Yeah, in my opinion, like there are pros and cons to both, right? Because if you went to like a public school and you could wear whatever you want, every day was kind of fun, right? You could like wear new outfits and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's it's one, mendokusai, and two, there's a lot of pressure to like look a certain way.
Yeah.
Because if you wear like a dasai outfit one day, people will remember. They'd be like, oh, or like, Aaron, you wore those pants yesterday, didn't you?
Your reputation is like supposed to be very pristine in high school.
お金さ、子供の時はまあそんなに持ってないじゃん。その中で服とかさ、親が買ってきたのとか着るわけでしょ。うわ。
And so I think school uniforms is just like a good equalizer, right? Everyone is the same kind of thing.
そうね。
My school had a very specific case where there were still like people affiliating gangs with certain colors that they were wearing, right? Because in the news, there would be a lot of news about someone wearing red or someone wearing blue, and then they would get blasted, right?
So are people just not allowed to wear red or blue?
Red or blue. No red or blue.
Really?
Yeah, and so one day, even though that I went to a public school, they decided to go with this new school uniform policy. And guess what that policy was? Put the picture on. Like that!
Casual.
Yeah, it's like only white shirts, only black shirts. Maybe you can wear school colors and jeans. Anything else is prohibited.
Really?
But you can still accessorize. You can still accessorize your hair, or like because like there was like this girl at my school. She had like long hair like Anna, and she would put it in a big mohawk. So that's fine.
That's dope.
That's fine. You can still color your hair and anything, but you were forced to wear just a white shirt and blue jeans.
いや、一般的な話ではないよね。バイロンの地区だけってことだよね。
Yeah. So I lived in this northern part of California. Let's just say it was near Richmond, California. Let's say it's around there, which is predominantly Chian Warui neighborhood, right? So we were forced to wear different clothes for the sake of our safety.
白いシャツだったら何でもいいよってことなんよね。
Yeah. So you can wear like a logo on it.
はいはい。
So it's like a dress code, not necessarily.
Yeah, dress code.
Okay.
But they call it a uniform.
Oh, really? They call it a uniform. Oh, really?
Yeah.
ルーマニアは小学校ならある。これがあります。
Kawaii.
Oh,
Oh, you're wearing red and blue.
It's okay here, right?
Oh,
アメリカと一緒にするな。
So a lot of public schools had this kind of uniforms. But like once I got to middle school, we actually got kind of the same uniform as yours.
No way!
So like the rule was you have to wear either a white shirt or t-shirt and black or blue pants. And there was also like you should also have a black vest, but like everyone gave up in the black vest at some point because you kind of just look like a server.
How about hats? What are the stance on hats?
School hats. School hats only.
No hats.
School hats
okay.
only.
You can wear bandanas, you know, to like keep your hair up and stuff.
Because like for some odd reason, like in my high school and every single school I went to in Canada, your clothing itself was pretty free. Like you could wear whatever you want. But for some reason, hats of any kind was boo. You can't wear any hats.
Yeah. I think that for like you know how the kids in Japan are forced to wear those bright colored hats.
Like the yellow ones.
Yeah. No, I think it's really cool that the kids in the yochien they wear the hats, the bright colored hats. Because usually in yochien in the States, you would only have like a crossing guard with that bright yellow vest to direct traffic. But you make all the kids wear it so that they're easier to see, you know, and so they can avoid traffic. It's like, oh, kids are passing, and on top of that, there's like flags, and like, okay, everyone come here. That's so cute.
I think it's also like a nice way to kind of like organize your community. If someone's wearing like a hat, they must be a student at this local school kind of thing.
Right.
They're not some vagrant kind of walking around.
じゃあまとめると、ルーマニアとマレーシアは制服が一応あって、でカナダとアメリカとかはパブリックスクールだったら制服ないけど危ない地域だったらドレスコードがあると。
Yes.
はい、次
はい。
お願いします。
水泳クラスがあります。
ないの？
あるの？
あるよ。
だって普通に学校の中にスイミングプールがないからね。
でしょ? Yeah, how can Mochi are your schools that you are able to have pools.
Yeah, that-
Don't leave. You
Inside
have
the
to
school.
maintain it. Like.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
some schools like have it on the roof too, like a
Right,
rooftop.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mind
yeah.
blowing.
Oh, in Japan?
Yeah, yeah.
まあ、少なくとも僕の学校は幼稚園と小学校中学校まであった。
You have pools on every when you were a child all the way to an adult? What?
学校によると思うけど、僕のところは学校にそのプールがくっついてて、夏の前になったらみんなで掃除するとか、綺麗になった状態でみんな泳ぐっていう。
What? That's so nice.
That's really nice, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Especially during the summertime, it's so hot. You get to go swimming. That's awesome.
Right.
Ah.
カナダ寒いからない。
いや、まあないない。
マレーシアそんなに暑いのにないやん。
そうよ、おかしいやん。
ないやん。いいと思いますね。なかなか水泳授業は外に探さないと勉強できないから。
そうなん
いやい
や。
や
だから結構みんな泳げると思う。
でしょ日本
ま
は。
あ、特に僕が住んでたところが海沿いだったから、海がもしかしたら近いからみんな泳げるようになっといた方がいいっていうので
安全
や
の
ってる
防災のため。
かもね、今まで日本にしかない特別なものについて話してみたと思うんだけど、逆にみんなの国にしかないものっていうのがもしあったら簡単に聞いてみたいなと思うけど、なかったりする。
Here.
はい、お願いします。
All right. In Japan, you guys don't have detention. Detention. You know what detention is?
さっき言ってたジェール。
Yeah, Pitari. Bachiri dayo.
School jail.
School jail. Yeah.
何それ。
Well, I've only went once. Actually, I went twice. But what happens is that if you're misbehaving in class, let's say I'm yapping away, blah, 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 in front of the teacher, and then the teacher can go like, that's detention after school, 30 minutes detention after school. And so they would pack a bunch of these misbehaving kids inside of the, well, ours was the cafeteria or the classroom. And then you have to just stay there, do homework or do something else for about 30 minutes. And then you get to go home after.
誰かに見張られる感じ。
Yeah. They would like switch off like teachers. Like someone had to be on detention duty. Sometimes the janitor would look over after that.
やば。
だから放課後の時間が取られた感じ。
And then if you got 5 detentions, that would end up in a
One strike.
suspension.
Oh, yeah.
Two strike 感じ。
Yeah. If you got
School
detention 5 times throughout your career, you'd have to stay home for like about.
聞いたことないです。ディテンションある国。
はい。
そうでしょ。
ロマリアないの？
ない。
いいな。まあマレーシアはっていうか私の学校では、まあ僕はディシプリナリーコミティっていうメンバーなんですから、ディテンションクラスは基本こっちからやります。
Oh.
真面目くんだからか。
バルみたいなカフェテリアで自分のことをするかじゃなくて、学校を掃除します。させる感じ。トイレ掃除とか。
うわ。
Wow.
掃除は罰なんだ。
罰です。
That's so true. Yeah, it's like, oh, this is a consequence that you have to do.
Yeah,
Cleaning
yeah.
is a consequence. Ah, we suck.
日本も昔は悪いことしたら授業中にもしかしたらアニメとかで見たことあるかもしれないけど
Oh, the pails.
お前バケツ持って外立っときなさいって言ってそのクラスの外側に立たせるっていうのがあったみたいだけどもう少なくとも僕が子供の時にはもうなかったの。
体罰ダメっていうことね。
多分そうだと思う。
こういうルールあったらどう思う？ディテンションされた。
多分日本で同じような悪いことしたら放課後職員室来なさいって言って、職員室に来てめっちゃ怒られるとかって感じ。
でもそれは先生の時間取られたんじゃない？
確かにね、その間もその生徒のためになることをさせた方が確かになんか効率的であるよね。海外の国にはディテンションというルームがね、韓国的なところがあることもあるよってことね。は
はい。
い。
私の学校だけかもしれないですけど、英語とマレー語以外喋ったらダメ。
どういうこと？
What?
So if you speak Chinese, it's
いえ、
どうなる？喋ったら。
喋ったら罰金払おう。
What?
what the hell?
Are you fucking serious?
いや、罰金。
Because there's like multiple people, so that you don't speak a language that someone else might not know.
It's kind of like our school want people to learn better in English and Malay instead of their own mother tongue.
そうね、だからマレーシアって3つの民族が住んでるよね。中華系、インド系と、あと大きいところがマレー系なのね。でマレー系の人口がもう7割くらいいて、政府としてはマレー語とあと英語が公用語だよって出してるんですね。だからそこを押し出していきたいから、中華系のポールみたいな人はもう中国ダメってことを言ってるってことね。おお、すごい。
Wait, I have a question. So, you know, in America, there's a lot of people who's like, we speak English in America. I don't know why you're bringing that dirty language into our country, right? So, because there's that system in Malaysia, is there like Malaysian people who go like, we speak Malay in Malaysia?
Oh yeah, actually yes.
Really?
Yeah, they
Oh,
do, they do.
okay.
But then it's minority.
Over here. So, I understand that in Japan, you guys have shoe lockers, but then in America, and I believe also Canada, we have lockers for our textbooks.
映画で見たことある。
映画のなんか
ブリのやつはバン
鍵とかで開けるやつ。
Yeah. You have a little lock there, and then you can like leave notes for people, or you can have like leave like your secret crush. Or I mean, if you have like a band that you like, you can put it inside your locker. So that locker is yours for that year.
ああ、
Yeah.
あれいいよね。でもなんでかわかんないけど、教科書持って帰りなさいって僕子供の時言われてて。
Oh, really?
そう。
What?
そう。でもめっちゃ無駄じゃん。
めっちゃ重い
なんでって思いながら。
めっちゃ重い
そうだから置いとけるんでしょあれ。
Yeah. Boom, and I put like maybe 2 or 3 textbooks in my bag at Rakusho. Also, like another thing, I understand that in Japan, you have to keep your hair a certain length, or you have to keep it dyed black. So I guess inside of like a Force of the West, you can dye your hair any color that you want. You can also style it in any way that you want. Because a lot of people who are into like rock music, they would probably have their hair like this. Or, like, they would tie it up in a man bun, right?
日本の中学とか小学校とか厳しいとこ、ここ刈り上げじゃないとダメとかあったよ。今ここさ、下ちょっとチロって出てるじゃん。そうじゃなくてここを全部こう下から上に刈り上げて、だからポールみたいな髪型。そうそう。これ OK。あと前髪は眉毛にここ眉毛まで。
同じ。
あ、マレーシアは一緒だったね。一緒。そうそう。あったこういう決まり。
It wasn't that thing. Like it was just guys should have short hair, and girls, if you have long hair, put it in a ponytail. That's about it. And also, once I got to high school, like most kimari kind of disappeared.
I have a question. So, like, you know how swimmers, right? And then you guys had swimming class in school. You know, you put like chlorine or cleaning agent inside of the water. So then, inadvertently, your hair starts to grow a little brown because of the bleach inside the water. Would you be forced to dye it back to black if that happens?
髪の毛を染めてないのに茶色になってしまった人とかは、先生に届け出を出して、僕は髪を染めてません。でも茶色いんです、生まれつきっていう髪の毛。確かにこれはおかしいなとは当時思ってたかな。で、最近はちょっと変わってきてるかな。自由の国アメリカはもうどんな髪の長さでも形でもいいよってことね。
Yeah, all the water polo team just had like brown like long locks and stuff like that, and then you could pretty much wear any hairstyle that you wanted. Yeah.
There's a guy in my high school who had like a 3-pronged mohawk. It was like huge. It was like a mohawk here, and it was massive, probably literally this big, and it had like 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3, and he had them shaved in the middle.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
大体アニメで最初の方に倒されるキャラクター。
He would walk around the halls, and he would like dye it different colors every day. So one day it'd be red,
Oh my
another day
god.
it'd be green, Sunday it'd be like different colors. And so
見るの楽しいね。それはい、ということで今日は外国人も驚く日本の学校にしかない特徴について話をしてみました。
どうだった？
どうだった
まあ僕が感じたのは、掃除とかはこのまま続けた方が絶対いいと思ってて、なんか物を大切にしたりとかする、その日本がさ、街中も綺麗じゃん、他の国に比べたら。罰則じゃなくて、例えばシンガポールとかだったらゴミを捨てたら罰金払わないといけないからみんな捨てないとか、そういうなんかガチガチに縛られるんじゃなくて、自分たちで綺麗にしようってそう思える精神はすごくいいなと思った。まあその逆でさっき話した髪の毛のさ決まりとかはそこまで決まりをキツキツにしなくても、もうちょっと いろんな人がいるからルールを広くしても優しくしてもいいんじゃないかなと思って、いいところ取り合っていきたいよね。だからみんなの国でもさ、掃除したらいいんじゃないかなと思うし、皆さんが思う日本の学校にしかない特徴、もしあればコメント欄まで書いてください。なくてもこの動画の感想を書いてくださいね。他に僕らに話してほしいトピックがあればコメント欄までそちらもよろしくお願いします。それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。チャンネル
そ
録
うお願い
します。